I would like to introduce Jan Kavalírek today, who joined us our podcast, who is actually the guy who's pushing the AI in Czech Republic the most. So I actually let you to introduce to our audience what you are doing, what is your main scope, and what is your interest right now.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm delighted to be here with both of you. So thank you very much for that. Where basically right now I'm a deputy minister of industry and trade. Before that, I had my own businesses regarding medical devices, but also research and development in medtech and AI. So this is somehow my background, medtech and innovations. And right now I'm at this position of the deputy minister, and also I serve as a government envoy for artificial intelligence here for the Czech Republic. And actually we've got plenty of goals we are pursuing right now. But if I should tell it like generally, our main goal is to create the best possible environment for artificial intelligence here in Czechia, but maybe more broadly in the whole EU level, because of course we are focused on the European Union in many topics we are dealing with right now. And we even have like quite a slogan for that, Czech AI to top 10 and EU AI to lead, which symbolize more than anything the ambition that we have. That we want to leverage our resources that we have here in Czechia, but in the whole EU, and we want to excel and we want to be competitive globally.
Okay, today you had a post on your LinkedIn that you're actually fighting to decrease the bureaucracy, which is related to artificial intelligence in Europe. What does it mean? How you would explain it to the people in the USA?
That's right. Thank you for noticing it. I appreciate it. And actually, it's a very important step forward that we have today. Regarding the legislation as a whole, definitely Czechia was the first one who proposed some kind of simplification of AI rules and the postponement of some non-active parts of AI legislation. It was the 6th of June in EU Council, which I attended on behalf of the minister, of course. Our minister is a big supporter of these activities, obviously. And definitely we are the loudest, I think, voice in this. So this is the reason why we are so happy today that the European Commission, to be very precise, they opened a call for expression, which means that the member states can propose concretely what could be simplified in digital legislation, and concretely also including AI. But of course, the story behind that is quite long from the 6th of June. And what we proposed basically was two things. The first one is that, of course, we understand that we need to have some control of AI systems. We totally agree with that. So we support AI Act. We understand the risk-based approach behind it. We also support, for example, Article 5, where are some prohibited AI systems like manipulative AI, social scoring, these bad AI things, which is totally supported by us. But what we would like to mention is that there are a lot of parts in AI Act that are just let me say bureaucratic, which means that they will put a lot of burden on the providers of the AI systems, but they will not contribute to the safety of the AI system. So these are the parts we want to deal with, and we want to simplify them. So this was our first message at the EU Council. And the second one was that we should postpone some parts of the AI Act simply to get time for the AI industry, but also for the researchers and for the society in general to prepare for these requirements, because we need harmonized standards, implementation, etc. So the environment is not prepared yet, and we need to provide them more time. So that was the start of all of these events. And after that, we tried to find some friendly member state that will support us in this initiative. I don't want to be too proud. I don't want to say that we are the only ones. That's not the case for sure. But we definitely were the first that mentioned it out loud officially, and this was important, of course. And right now we've got quite a coalition of relatively a lot of member states supporting these simplification initiatives. I myself had plenty of meetings on this topic with the leadership of European Commission, with the leadership of DG Connect, but also with the ministers from member states. So there are plenty of member states supporting it right now, and this is the reason why European Commission said, okay, we listen to you, we listen to your needs, let me say it like that. So we will prepare the simplification omnibus, which is like quite a strange term, but what it means basically is that there is a room for simplifying the rules of the AI to reduce the burden. This is exactly what we want from the beginning. And this is the reason why they today opened this call. So, but we are a bit step ahead yet. We have started to prepare our national concrete proposals. What we want to simplify, because at the beginning we were like quite in the minority, so it didn't make any sense to prepare something concrete. We just wanted to open the debate that we will simplify it and to get the support. But now we have the support, so we can move forward and we can come out with concrete measures. And again, as previously, and it's the same thing right now, we are preparing it together with the AI ecosystem, which means that a lot of associations, for example, Czech Chamber of Commerce, and Confederation of Industry, they are all involved in preparing all of these comments. So keep fingers crossed, and hopefully we will be able to present something meaningful and impactful.
I think it's really critical because you have to be competitive. European Union should be competitive with US, China, Singapore, all the other members or states. They are not having so strict regulation, which is of course could be good or bad, but definitely it should be competitive because the European Union is a bit behind of the US and China in this field.
Yeah, you're totally right, and I think that it's honorable to say it. We need to be open in this, and right now there is obviously a gap between US and EU, but I'm very positive that we still can close it. And in this particular thing, I totally agree with President von der Leyen. And she stated it like a few weeks ago that the race is not over. And it's not over. We are at the beginning for sure. Which means that if we will start now and we will do the proper steps and we will invest properly, we still can build the infrastructure, and we can reduce the bureaucracy. We can have our language models. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't cooperate with the US, not at all. I think that we should cooperate, but as equal partners, But of course, it's kind of a difficult question right now. There are a lot of political debates on that, but I would like to stay in the maybe more professional area, not in a political one. So let me say that I think that the collaboration is beneficial for both sides, but we need to collaborate as equals.
I mean, it takes a lot of time. So where you actually see that it might be implemented, this simplification?
Great question. If now the call is open, the next very important meeting will be 24th of October. AI board is like the highest level of body which coordinates the agenda on the EU level. I think that there will be quite a difficult debate on this AI board, and then we will have next EU Council devoted to this topic, but it will be in December. But meanwhile, I think that the European Commission will propose their idea about the simplification. But of course, it's not the end of the process, not at all. Then it will go to the trialogue between Parliament and between the EU Council. So we will give our comments again to that. So realistically speaking, the first half of next year maybe could be the end of it. And I think that it's probably also the deadline, because, for example, when we are talking about the postponement of the non-active parts, for the businesses or for the environment. These parts will be active in October next year. So we definitely need to agree before this time, of course.
And this simplification will have the biggest impact on which sector?
Probably on the providers of AI systems, but it could have impact on everybody, almost generally speaking, because when we are talking about the AI providers, they are the ones that have to follow the rules and fulfill the criteria. But of course, if we will put a lot of burden, a lot of bureaucracy on them, it basically means that the cost of the AI tools will be higher, or they will not be available at all for the EU market. So at the very end, the impact will be on us, of course. So it can influence almost everybody, and also the AI researchers. For example, earlier today, I had a great meeting with Professor Hajc, and he's quite a well-known AI researcher here in Czechia. He's responsible for developing new AI models. He is leading a European project in this. And he's also very interested if we will be successful in this, because he's inventing a foundation model, but it is also regulated under this AI Act. So I think that now it's an important topic for the whole AI industry or ecosystem.
Yeah, but also I think it's important to highlight that the simplification do not affect the safety, because European Union is much stronger on the safety level than US compared to US and China. They are not care so much. That's why they are faster. But I think it's important to highlight that, if I know well, that the simplification do not affect this safety.
Yeah, I think that definitely we can confirm that, because it's not even our proposal, of course. We really stay behind these ethic rules, and that's great that you're mentioning it or highlighting it. I think that it is important, and I think that it is a commodity of EU that we are that we've got some rules, some ethic rules that we want to implement for using AI in the society and in our everyday life. So definitely we don't want to question this. We are just aiming to the extensive bureaucracy.
And you mentioned this AI things, the bureaucracy. You came from the medical device field. So now I will change a little bit topic to more easier, or maybe easier. So which actually part of your life was more fascinating, more easier, or more exciting? It was when you were developing the medical device, or now on the government side fighting for the AI in Europe?
Everything is exciting, I have to say. If I can be a bit personal, I think that the thing is that you should try your best, no matter where you are. And also when I was doing this kind of business, and it was like a small business, of course, and my father started it previously. It's very difficult to do any business, I think so. So I really support anyone who is doing business in the whole European Union, because the environment is difficult, the bureaucracy is difficult in here. And it's a great experience, I think, to enter politics and to enter this level of decision-making, let me say it like that, because then you know what you are talking about, and you can imagine what the business is struggling with, and you maybe even listen to them more or better. I think that it's an important background to have. Of course, I don't want to question any background, but I'm happy that we were doing business in medical devices, and of course another great advantage concretely for this AI legislation process is the conformity assessment, because it's almost completely the same thing, and we both know it pretty well. And considering how the MDR was implemented, it was very difficult for a lot of companies in the whole EU, and especially for the small companies, of course. And right now, it's starting to look quite similarly, and this is what I'm a little bit afraid of. That we will really burden the businesses under a similar amount of bureaucracy, and I think that we should. Well, maybe it's too harsh, but learn from the mistakes that we made previously, and not to repeat them again with the AI systems.
When you mentioned that you were actually first one as a country fighting for this simplicity, why? Why Czech Republic was nearly the first one? The others, they didn't see this issue, or they were not so much progressive?
It's a great question. I can just assume it was my first EU council. Maybe I was maybe it was the reason that I were new there. So I just said it. I think that some states, for example, Poland, maybe even France, was thinking about some kind of simplification, but it's true to say that we really were the first who mentioned it at the table officially in front of all the cameras, and it was somehow the starting point for the discussion that followed. Yeah.
How do you see, how optimistic or pessimistic you are in the next 5 years in the field of startups and SME companies in the EU in this field? They can be optimistic?
I'm generally very optimistic over AI. Of course, startups and SMEs, it's sometimes difficult for them. But this is also the reason why we are trying, now I'm speaking for Czechia only, because I can speak on behalf of our government, of course, right now. We are trying to find every single way how we can support them, and we've got a lot of initiatives for this. Some of them are even are coming from the Ministry of Industry and Trade, where I'm now, like grant programs for research and development activities, for implementing AI tools, like innovation into real world, into practice, because this is what we have to achieve. I think that we've got great AI researchers in Czechia, definitely. And we've got Czech AI, we've got that Center of Robotics, Informatics, we've got CETEC and the University of Ostrava, a lot of great academic institutions. We've got a lot of great researchers in here, but we have to support them that they are able really to do the research and development here in Czechia, and not coming to US, for example, let me say that. But I think that this is maybe a problem of the whole EU, the whole European Union. So right now we are trying to explore how to support them and how to also support their startups and their small and medium businesses. And we are very open with that, and we really communicate with them, listen to them. And for example, right now we are drafting our national AI law. We are quite proud that it will be like really a minimalistic adaptation of the AI Act into the Czech legislation, because we don't want to put there any more bureaucracy, any more requirements. So it is just 10 pages. It's amazing. It's just 10 pages long document. And of course, we prepared it together with the AI ecosystem. In here, we established like a national AI board, something like that. And there are also the ministries involved, but also the associations and the companies and also the researchers. So we really try to consult all of these things together with them, and this is also the reason I hope that they support the activities that we are doing right now.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. And would you actually, after this experience, come back to the medical device sector? Would you again start and develop your own company?
Definitely, definitely. Of course, this work that I'm doing right now, you can never know how long you will have the chance to do this. And this is also the reason why we are so focused. And I'm very proud on my team, on the Ministry of Industry and Trade. And I'm really happy for the collaboration with the minister. And I really think that we used every single day of the time that I have been there so far. And I will work to the last day that I will have the chance. But of course, then if, for example, there will be some changes in the government, whatever. I don't want to touch this topic too deeply. Then I will definitely come back to the private sector, and I will continue with some of my own projects. But experience with the government level activities.
Yeah, it's very nice. Thank you very much for sharing with us all this information. It was very useful for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we really appreciate your hard work, which you are doing on behalf of us for Czech Republic and in the EU. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a lovely conversation. I appreciate it.